Donald Trump saying that nothing is off the table regarding the situation in Iran. Let's show you images coming into us here at France 24 from New York, where there is a special Security Council meeting on Iran that has been called. We'll be keeping an eye on developments there. Our correspondent Jessica Mazure heading to the premises to observe, and of course she'll be bringing us the latest as it develops. So that special meeting at the UN on the issue of Iran. Let's broaden our view of the situation and bring in Aida Tavakoli, who is co-founder of We Are Iranian Students, joining us live. Aida, thank you very much for being with us here in France 24. We appreciate your time. Donald Trump has been told that the crackdown is easing. I wonder whether you are hearing the same or a different story.
Thank you for having me. Well, no one is hearing from Iran because there has been a shutdown. And we know that when the shutdown happens in Iran, this is the way the regime uses just to unleash its cruelty and commit crimes against the civilians unarmed. So there is no way that Donald Trump has heard this news, and there is no way that the Islamic regime has stopped the killing. The very few testimonies that we have is that it's way worse than we could ever imagine, which even makes us scared of the moment the internet will come back and we will discover how deep the trauma is going to be. It's a very, very scary moment for Iranian people, and the international community is clearly abandoning any kinds of value that once made our world a free world. So it's very disappointing.
Aida, what would you want the international community to do? Can you be clear on that and tell us what you think should happen?
Well, thank you for asking. The international community has a responsibility since 2005 to protect the civilians against genocide, against crimes against humanity, and they have a responsibility to intervene and protect the civilians if this happens within their own states. So the Security Council reunited, they should vote for a resolution for a collective action against the Islamic regime and to protect the civilians in Iran. They should mandate a special committee of human rights that could go there and document what happened during those 12 days. That could also bring help to the civilian people. They should also reestablish the internet through, for example, Starlink satellites. This is, we know because of the many uprising that happened throughout those 47 years, that putting lights on what is happening in Iran is an efficient way to restrain the repression. During the Women Life Freedom uprising, for 9 months, people were in the streets and more than 600 people were killed, but it was really, really far from the numbers that we hear now within few days. So the blackout is the most dangerous tool the regime is using right now. This is the most urgent measure that we should take. The G7, the ministers of foreign affairs of the G7 just declared that they call the regime to exercise some restraint in the violence. What does that mean? Does that mean that they should use violence, but not too much? And they say that if this continues, then they will take some restrictive actions. Okay, so how many days should that continue? How many more people should die before the G7 thinks of some restrictive actions? This is a moment of huge gravity, of huge responsibility of the international community. And Donald Trump did not step back because of the postponing of the execution of Irfan. We all know that the human rights issue is not Donald Trump's issue. what is happening geopolitically is very complex, and everyone wants a bit of the cake, if I may say. But the truth is that the Iranian people have been rising for decades now against the Islamic regime. Their demand is very clear. This is a democratic, secular country that they want, and they share our values. They have been fighting non-violently for so many years, unarmed, and they are being victim of a slaughter. So those are crimes against humanity. And if there is any way the international community can help, they should use it. There are diplomatic ways, there are targeted sanctions, there are the United Nations can vote for a resolution, they can have a coalition to send help. There are many means of pressure against the Islamic regime. And just changing the strategy from one day to another, this is the highest form of cruelty for a civilian society that has been inspiring the whole world with its values, with the courage, with its political project. We should really take into account the momentum that this civil society is opening for our world, not just for Iran, but for the Middle East and for the entire world.
Aida, I need to stop you there. Thank you very much indeed for joining us here in France 24. We can almost taste the anger that you're feeling, and that is understandable. I can't imagine what you're going through because I've never been through what you are living, what your family is living, what your friends are living, what your country is living right now. Aida Tavakoli, co-founder of We Are Iranian Students, thank you for joining us here on France 24. We hope to speak to you again soon. Thank you once more. Aida there with her very clear message to the international community that more must be done to help the people of Iran.